All right. We're live from the 500s to the 700 credit score right here. Individual says, thank you, sir, so much for your content. All right. I have a 731 credit score, a 741 credit score, and a 740 credit score. All my FICO scores are in the 700s now. 731, 740, 741 FICO scores after being in the 500s before. Okay. Now I have zero derogatory items except for a couple of late payments. So none of these, charge-offs, collections, repos, all that stuff is gone. Got a few late payments. Had some questions about the late payments. Want to get above that 760s because they're already at 740. Blackbeard Dave, hey, how are you? Good to see you. Hello. They're already at that 740 range. They're already at this mid-range. They wanted to get to the 760 range, get in the high 700s, and eventually into the 800s. Okay. So can you dispute these late payments? Yes, of course. We have late payment dispute letters for you in that beyond committed package. And disputing these late payments, these unverified late payments, they have to still be able to verify. They still have to be able to substantiate these late payments. Oftentimes they cannot. They're really hoping that they can merely parrot. They can merely repeat what the collectors are saying, repeat what the credit card companies are saying. They don't want to have to do their own independent investigation, and they have to, okay? 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. This individual is going to get has already pretty much gotten the other side. They got 3 late payments left. They're going to get these squared away. They're going to send their goodwill letters. They're going to send their 609 dispute letters, dispute late payments. They're going to send their late payment dispute letters. They're going to get up in the 760s and the 800s, and they're going to get all that great, terms of whatever they're looking for, the house, the car, whatever it is they're looking for. Now, we're doing live Q&A. Absolutely on the Saturdays. I'm here on the Saturdays. You can also jump on the Subscribe Tribe. Okay. I'm putting it in here in the Subscribe Tribe.com. Okay. The notification went out right now, along with hitting the notification button, but sometimes you may want to get an email or whatnot when I go live. Doing the live Q&A, sometimes I get to go in and talking and giving information. I might miss a question or two. Don't want to miss any questions, so I'm putting my email address in here, and you can email me, all right? S. Daniel says, man, you're the truth. I went from the low 600s to the mid 700s. Miss Daniels, thank you so much for being here and letting the tribe know, letting everybody know we are here. The team is here now. Credit Repair starts when? It starts now. That's right. This changes people's lives, all right? You can change your life now. This individual said they were in the 500s. They're in the 700s. This Miss Daniels was saying, hey, look, I was in the 600s. Now I'm in the 700s. So it is possible you can get to the other side. Now I got some questions here. I also got a few emails and questions to go through. So let's see what we got, all right? I want to make sure that we make sure to get the questions on the live as well. A repo. All right. You can dispute that repossession. Dispute. See if they can't, verify this 100%. And if they can't, which they usually can't, if you can't be 100% verified, it must be deleted from your credit reports. All right. Hello. Hi. People saying hi. All your advice works. Thank you. JB Stage. Thank you so much. Davey's here. Good to see Davey, longtime tribe member. LaShawn Brown. LaShawn. Hello, Brandon. I found you on YouTube. Yes. Good to see you. Good to see you. Josh says, hey, Brandon, did I screw up my disputing? Did I mess up? Okay, did I mess up my disputing with my old address and my old ID, then using my updated address and my updated ID, even after removing the old address? No, what you did is you sent your old ID. From what I'm reading here is you sent your old ID, you sent your old address when the old address was on there. Now that the old address is off of there, you're using your new ID and your new address, right, Josh? Is that basically what it says? If that's the case, then you're right on time. You're doing fine. You're doing fine. All right, so your credit card accounts were closed from the late payments and your credit score came down, into the 500s. Yes, very common. It's happened to me. It's happened to many people who have these unverified collections, charge-offs, these late payments, these negative items bringing their score down. You can dispute these things, okay? A lot of times people say, oh, well, I don't know what to do. They have to be able to substantiate this 100%. Just because it's on the report doesn't mean it's 100% accurate, 100% verified, 100% true, 100% yours. I got an email from an individual the other day who said, this is blatantly not mine. They opened a card in my name and a rental car and a lease. And the reason I found out is because they abandoned the, whatever, it's one of those trucks that people use to move in. They abandoned it and they came looking for me. I was like, this isn't mine. I didn't do this. And so they had to do a whole investigation and realize it wasn't theirs. And that kind of stuff was on the report. So it may not be 100% verified. It may not be 100% yours. It may not be 100% validated. It may not be 100% accurate. These are the types of things that can help you when your score's in the 500s. And individuals like Miss Daniels is saying, hey, went from the low 600s to the 700s. Got another individual saying I went from the 500s to 700s. You can do this. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at the awesomelifegroup.com. All right. Question about collectors and creditors. Okay. Gina R. All right. They're posting the same collections, the same accounts. That's right. And they're posting the same amounts. Now they can't uppost, Gina, they can't post the same amounts. So if you have a collection, that is reporting a balance, and it's the same account with the charge off, and it's reporting a balance as well, they can't do that. You can utilize that. You can leverage that for potential deletions, right? Because sometimes the bureaus want to play games and say, oh, well, we don't know and we can't tell and this, that, and the third. But you can utilize that. You can utilize that with the CFPB. You can use it on your next rounds if they're playing games. And this is very clear. Fair Credit Reporting Act, this duplicate reporting. If the balance is with the collector, how are you going to have two balances, right? Because the charge-off doesn't have that balance if it's been moved. It's been sold. Pardon me. Okay, so utilize that on top of your 609 dispute letters, all right? And we have inaccurate dispute letters on top of these 609 dispute letters, okay? Yep. Pardon me. See this sometimes when I touch the live, it drops down real quick. So now I'm looking at the Justin. Good to see you. Sorry I'm late. Hey, Brandon. It's all good. It's all good. We're just getting started here. So drop down. So now I'm going to have to go back up, but I see some questions here that I'd like to answer. Please make sure to email me if I miss anything. Yep. See it again. No. All right. See, that's the thing. Michelle, thank you very much for the super chat. Thank you for the question here. Okay. So, hey, Brandon, Experian is trying to play a game. They're trying to tell me that I need to send them evidence to prove my claim, or they're not going to investigate. It's the other way around. So they have to investigate and they have to prove. And they do these things. I actually got an email from an individual say, oh, I got frustrated after a round of letters and I just stopped. I did. That's what they're hoping. They're hoping you stop. No. You can complain to the AG in your area, to the CFPB. You can send your next round to them with a demand of investigation letter that has the proper precedence from and I'll actually bring this up. Pardon me, I'm going to bring this up. So this demand letter is very clear on the verbiage that needs to be utilized, demanding an investigation, because they're trying to play games, okay? And they're trying to say, oh, we need to provide information because we don't have any information and we're just going to assume it's yours and you good luck. No. Cushman versus TransUnion, Stevenson versus Experian, Richardson versus Equifax. The courts ruled each and every time that they had to do a reasonable investigation to verify and validate this information, okay? Making sure that the integrity and the honesty of the creditor or collection agency was 100%. It wasn't in question, okay? Sending some generic form letter using the eOscar system is not enough to constitute a reasonable investigation for your dispute. Now, if they don't want to say, oh, well, we don't want to, no. Under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, Section 611, 1681, 611, right? They have to reinvestigate your information. They say, well, if you don't give us any, no. These are your rights in the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And if they want to violate those rights, okay, interesting. Because we have a list of potential violations that can be utilized to leverage, and it's in our Beyond Committed package, so you can get that as well. All right. And look, I'm going to put my email address here because I know I get doing a super chat and anyone who might need to get a hold of me as well. I want to make sure they can get a hold of me. Also, any tips on boosting credit for a car after a repossession? So not only do you want to dispute this repossession, right, and get this repo out of there, okay, but I'm going to put my email here. I want to make sure I get it right here. But Tradelines, okay? Tradelines after such a derogatory item can help. I've seen Tradelines help individuals who are dealing with some of the most derogatory stuff, like bankruptcies, okay? They're saying, okay, what kind of Tradelines? All right, so authorized users, first and foremost, can give you that boost that you need. Friends and family who have good credit. And I know what you're thinking, you're like, oh man, what if I don't have any friends and family that have good credit and or who want to put me on their credit? So that's okay. Maybe you don't have that, but if you do, that's going to boost your score quickly. So you're saying, okay, any tips of boosting the credit score right after repossession so you can get a new car? This type of stuff I've seen it firsthand. I know an individual who has a bankruptcy, okay, or had a bankruptcy, went through bankruptcy, got a bunch of authorized users, friends and family, and was able to get a new car loan at a great rate at the credit union, at their credit union. I've seen it firsthand. The individual was dealing with a bankruptcy, not even a repossession, right? Bankruptcy, the worst. Was able to get a very good car note. I think it was like 3 or 4%. Okay. Authorized users was in the 700s. Now, they also had 2 of their own personal trade lines, which we're going to get to. But if you can get authorized users, that's going to help you. Okay. Now, the personal trade lines this individual had was their own credit cards. So after they got some authorized users, they got their own credit cards through Capital One. Okay. There was a little bit more lenient. Capital One's a little more lenient at the time. Okay. Maybe, might be now, it might be Chase now, it might be, but you'll have to kind of see what works for you. I know Barclays tends to be much harder. Okay. So maybe more like Capital One, Chase, Citi in there. Okay. Now, let's say you're like, I can't get authorized users because I don't have friends and family who want to put me on. And if I, want to go that route, so what do I do? Okay. So then you're going to have to build your credit pretty quickly. Self.inc is a great way to do it. Okay. Self is very, easy to see. It's a great way of building your credit. Now, there's other couple credit builder cards out there. There's actually a credit builder card. Chime is another one, credit builder card, no credit check to apply. And yes, these are some starter deals. Disputing this repossession, getting it out of there is going to be massive as well. Now, they have to be able to provide you specific documentation that they proved that they sent you certified mail. So you knew the car was going to be repossessed, when it was repossessed, how they plan on auctioning it, that you were allowed to attend the auction and purchase it back, that you got the deficiency notice and how they calculated the deficiency notice. Okay. So all these had to have been sent. Now, usually those were sent probably from whoever's repossessing it. May not be the collector it's with now. So the collector has to be able to maintain that type of documentation so they can maintain a repossession status on the report. This is why when it's classified as a repossession or you're dealing with evictions, right? Those are very specific classifications. If they don't have the right documentation, then it can't be classified as such, and then that can be utilized and leveraged for a potential deletion because it's unverified and inaccurate information. And that's one route of doing it. You can also dispute it straight up with the credit bureau's unverified account, right? You can send your collection validation letters to the repo people. We've got special repo letter. You can get the AUs, you can get the primary trade lines. These are things you can do to boost your score, okay? And I've seen people who are dealing with terrible things, repossessions, bankruptcies, boost their credit and get great terms on their next car loan. So you can do it. I've got my emails here for you. You can get this in here. We've got the websites for you, 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you at theawesomelifegroup.com. I'm very much so enjoying being here on the live stream on the weekends for you. Thank you for being a part of this. All right. Want to know how to lower your APR on your credit cards? If you have a good relationship with that bank, you can let them know, hey, you know, I would like to get a better deal on this. My other card gives me such and such, right? So maybe you have one card that's like giving you whatever that might be. Credit union might be giving you X, Y, and Z and that. And you can leverage that and say, okay, well, this card is going to give me better. So I'm going to go ahead and spend my money over here, right? Now, ultimately, hopefully you're not carrying a balance, right? You're not getting charged in interest. You never know though, right? You might be like, well, you know, look, I'm got a little beginning, two things, right? Starting business, right? So, you know, I've got the 0% for 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. But after that, I might have to carry a little something for a little while because depending on your accounts receivable or how money's coming in and the processing, whatever, who knows, right? So you're like, hey, look, I want very low APR. I might need it. I need some line of credit, right? So you can leverage that type of stuff, okay? Oh, yes. Okay, Michelle. So this is different. So yes, you can dispute. Thank you very much for the super chat again. I really appreciate it. Yes. Okay. So you're boosting your score. You're saying, okay, cool. This repo, you got negative, nasty, erroneous items on there, like this judgment now. You can dispute that. You can dispute and you can see the inaccuracies on there as well. Unverified, inaccurate information. You can utilize both. Unverified, 100% must be verified, right? Also, any inaccurate information that might be on there as well, okay? So this type of stuff is a little bit different now. Yes, so it's probably out of the hands of the collector, right? It's probably not in the collection. It might be sitting there as well, so the collection is old and derogatory and outdated and that kind of stuff. So you want to dispute that as well, but you're going to need to dispute all this stuff, okay? And again, like I was saying, individual who's dealing with bankruptcy, probably the worst thing that you can deal with on the credit reports, had the good primary trade lines, had the good authorized user trade lines, boosted the score, and got great terms for their new car. Okay, so you can do this. All right, please feel free, everyone, anyone. Okay. Emailing me anytime. Okay, I was up early doing the emails. Okay, that's what I do. It's what I do. Okay. All right. Pardon me. So it's a little loud. I don't think it is. Better when I'm close to the mic, right? Oops, sorry. It's better when I'm here, right? Cool. So great, 7.7% APR on your cards. You can tell them, hey, look, you got a similar card. I want that similar APR. Now, if you've got cashback cards and travel miles cards, they might be more challenging to do that. So look, 7.7% might be on your credit union card where they're not giving you a bunch of rewards or whatever. You can tell me what that is. But if they're giving you a bunch of rewards, what they try to do is usually keep the APR high because they're hoping that people basically carry a balance and that they make a bunch of money when they're actually giving back little rewards, right? So they're giving rewards, but they're hoping to make more than what they're giving back. So you might find, okay, the median for a credit union credit card is 7%, but for a cashback card, it's 9% or something like that. All right. It's not 15, 20%. You don't get charged up in there, depending, and these are examples. I can get it down to 9% or whatever, right? But utilize that. Leverage what you have somewhere else to let them know, hey, I want this over here. Let's see. Let's see. Sorry here. Got to go back and look at these questions. Oh, Dale Dodd says, please post the exact site. Yes. Okay, so the exact site so people can work with our company. So www.theawesomelifegroup.com. I'll put that in here. All right, what do you say to a collection that calls, okay, will not give you any information unless you verify your information? They won't tell you why only asking questions to trick people. Well, Miss Daniels, first and foremost, you don't have to talk to them on the phone typically. We have a letter, it's a cease and desist phone call communications, and everything has to be done through the mail. And this is why, because when they get you on the phone, they try to trick you, trap you up and say things that may not. Hey, is this so and so? Oh, do you know that this is yours and this is blah, 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 and do these leading questions. And, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. And it's not really recorded, right? It's not like you're sitting there or somebody's sitting there on the other line ready to record the collector. But when they say something in the mail and it's imprinted black and white, you can hold on to the thing forever and make copies of it. And they say, well, they said this and that and this and that, and they're full of nonsense. Okay, so don't let them, you don't have to talk to them on the phone. Okay, everything can be, all correspondence can be done in the mail. What if another name's on your credit report? Okay, that is not yours. We've seen this before. People do see this. I've seen it. I've seen other people's names on there. Some people have names that are close to theirs: juniors, seniors, thirds. Family members' names, brothers, sisters. You got people that are nowhere near you, not related to you, but have similar names, or names that are not nowhere near like your names or anything. So we have a personal profile update letter. That's one of the very first things we do at the Awesome Life Group. The Awesome Life Group LLC, what we do is we start, make sure your personal profile is all cleaned up, the names, address, all that good stuff, freeze these smaller bureaus out, all that, right? So you can start with that as well. If you haven't started with that, that's okay. You can go ahead and send your personal profile update letters, dispute unverified names, and get these squared away. Now, you do want to do that because that could disassociate you from stuff on there that they associated with that name, okay? So if they're able to mix that up, they're able to mix up names of credit card information. So you might be like, is this my credit card? Is this my collection? Maybe this collection's for that name and this other person. You don't know, right? So get it all cleaned up. And yes, getting the name cleaned up, the addresses could help a few points as well, just on its own. You look more stable. You look more like, oh, okay, cool. Not, run around. It's here and they've been here a while, and that can definitely help as well. Let's see. Josh says had that removed. Let's see. He requested that for an account. The account was removed after my dispute. They didn't have it. Let me see. I'm looking at. This is. Oh, okay. Disputed with Capital One and had the account removed. Okay, cool. Very good. Good. Sorry about that. It was broken up. The comment was broken up. The questions are broken up. Okay. Let's see. Davey, yes, I believe I responded to you, Davey. Yeah, I got your email a couple of days ago. I believe I responded. Because I've gone through all the emails. Yeah, Davey responded 4 days ago, Tuesday, April 27th. And you emailed on Sunday on the 25th. Yes. Did you get my email? Yeah, I even see the attachments about some of your student loans coming off, Dave. You told me yesterday I received my FICO an alert. Navient account was deleted. 15,000. Actually, it's a lot higher than that. Thousands and thousands of dollars deleted. Navient was deleted. Your student loans. Yeah. You got your email. Absolutely. I responded. Did you get my email, Dave? David E. Did you get my email? Okay, it says check. Okay, you got it. All right. You're awesome, Brandon. See you soon. Justin Rodriguez. All right. Thank you. Davey. It's a lot. Y'all can see in the chat what Dave E got deleted from his student loans. And he sent, it's crazy, he sent proof too. And I'm looking at it. His credit scores are in the 800s. Wow. TransUnion is 818, Equifax 803, and Experience 797. He got his student loans deleted. This is fantastic. Y'all can see Dave E got a big chunk deleted. So congratulations. All right. Huge. Congratulations, David. That's amazing. Uniquely James says, congratulations, David. That's amazing. Absolutely. That's fantastic. All right. How to remove paid charge off from my credit report that has an address which is not mine on my credit report. Okay. So maybe you didn't see the videos right. You say you don't have to pay, don't pay these credit charge-offs and collections and all this stuff, right? But sometimes it's paid, something you didn't know, or maybe it was small, you didn't pay it, you didn't know. You can dispute this. Even if it's paid, you can dispute this on verified account. Now, when it's paid, oftentimes they don't want to sit there. They're not going to play this game. They don't want to play the game with you. A lot of times they're playing games. They say, oh yeah, it's verified, because they're hoping to make that money to get those funds. Hopefully they'll pay. Oh, they'll just get over it. And even when disputing with the credit bureaus, Okay. The credit bureaus know that their customers rely on them. Their customers are the banks. Their customers are the lenders. We're the consumers. So when they have this customers and they're saying, well, we're going to, just check base with them. And they say it's verified. Okay, cool. And okay, fine. Because, they want to get paid or whatever. Well, now it's paid for whatever reason. It's classified as paid, or you didn't see the videos, right? You didn't know. You don't know. Don't be paying them collectors, right? Like we always say. But it was potentially paid. So now no one's sitting there on their end, on the lender side, saying, oh, yeah, verified, check in the box. So the credit bureaus, potentially, looking at it and checking the box. They're potentially no longer interested because it's paid. Now, they still have to be able to substantiate and verify 100% per the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Okay, so per the Fair Credit Reporting Act, 100% verification. They still have to be able to do that, whether it's paid or not, whether it's open or closed. All right, so if they can't verify, it still has to be deleted. So you have a good chance. So please dispute those negative, nasty, erroneous items now. 609creditrepair.com. We can do the work for you. The awesomelifegroup.com. Credit Repair starts when? It starts now. Okay, so you can email me if you have questions. I know it's the weekend and people want enjoying their weekend. Okay, I appreciate you and love you all so very much. All right, please give the video a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe, try button. And until I see you in person, I will see you on the other side. Take care.